What's the sound of the bell?
Ding, ding, ding.
As well. as we progress.
Boom.
Boom. What's going on? Digiverse. Yeah, that's working.
Is it?
It is.
Doesn't show anything on there.
It's showing on here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah, I know that's kind of messed up. Maybe you gotta talk a little louder.
I mean, it's not going through to the thing.
There you go.
Yeah, see? A little bit. There you go.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's just been fucky all weekend. Come on, Spreaker. I pay good money for you.
Yeah, fix your shit.
We're-
Sprechen Sie English?
Spreaker. Oh my gosh, you went there.
Fuck yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh, they want me to do a survey right now.
No.
No time for survey. Sorry. We're gonna have to do that survey another time. All right. So this past week has been one of all kinds of like topsy-turvy. It's been topsy-turvy.
It's been crazy.
Oh my gosh. Like, to tell you the honest truth, because there was a lot of rumors. There was a lot of speculation. There was a lot of...
I shot them down.
There's a lot of talk.
There was. Yeah.
But Sunday, a few things came to fruition.
You think you know me?
Yeah. On this day, I see clearly. Everything has come to light.
Edge is motherfucking back.
Oh my gosh. Well, are we going to just...
Rated R superstar.
Yeah.
We're saying it right out the bat.
Right out the bat.
There's no time to pretend. I mean, Edge is back.
Yeah.
And he signed a 3-year fucking deal at like $3 million a year or something crazy.
Yeah.
Like, so dope. So dope.
It was. Okay.
Yeah, we started off, we had on Sunday, we had the Royal Rumble. The road to WrestleMania has begun.
Yep. All the way to Tampa Bay.
All the way to Tampa Bay. All the way to the Buccaneers.
I like the graphic. The graphic is so dope.
It's really dope.
The pirate ship style, yeah.
It's awesome. I can't wait to see the set they build for WrestleMania.
Oh my goodness.
Ridiculous, and I think it's going to be pirate themed.
It has to be.
I think the New Day are going to host.
New Day?
Yeah.
New Day again?
Yeah, I think they're going to host.
I don't blame you for thinking that.
Because they won't have the titles.
They're going to host with the titles.
No, you can't host with the titles.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you
So they
can.
got to have a match.
Have the match?
They got to, because they're going to lose.
Nah, bro.
Sir, if you didn't see SmackDown this week, you can't tell me nothing because Johnny Morrison and The Miz are going to be SmackDown Tag Team Champions again within the next 3 weeks.
I don't know, bro.
Guaranteed. They just won their Tag Team title contendership Battle Royal handily, definitively.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I think I was in the middle of...
They hit the boys.
What show was I doing? What was I doing?
They hit the boys with a skull-crushing finale, immediately followed by a leaping in springboard fucking Starship Pain. It just killed it. One fatal 4-way. It's Otis and Tucky and the top guys and...
Oh, wow, they beat your top guys.
Top guys are probably leaving. They're probably going to AEW. At which point, dear listeners, I will probably start listening to or start watching AEW. But yeah, they seem to be on their way out. They're asking for a lot more money. They've said no to the contracts that they've been offered, apparently. So yeah, they did the job for the amazing tandem. They are so good together. Those two are fluid as fuck together, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's true.
But yeah, so let's start with the Royal Rumble.
The Royal Rumble. The first match was Sheamus defeats Shorty G.
Yeah, he beat the fuck out of him. It wasn't a squash match, but he definitely was, again, handily beat him. Like, he very easily mopped the floor with him for most of the time, despite some offense from Shorty G. And as he should have. It was Sheamus's, return, and Sheamus has been killing it. I'm so happy he's back. I think he's fucking great.
He's dope still. He's got a lot of raw power.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Very strong.
And he's not that bad on the mic. He can.
No, he's good.
He's got some mic skills. So
Yeah, fella.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Fella.
All right. United States champion Andrade defeats Humberto Carrillo.
Yes, he did.
This much come to your satisfaction?
Satisfaction, no, because I would have rather him had a match against somebody who is good on the mic and possibly, like, someone who would be like, oh, yeah, I could see them winning. But even knowing that they were about to suspend Andrade for 30 days, right? They still didn't put the title on Humberto in the match that wrote Andrade off TV for the next 30 days. Think about that.
That is something.
They, like, not even as a transitional champion. They were just like, no, we'll just, he can be injured with the title for a while. We won't make him vacate, because if the other option is the Power Ranger, fuck that.
The Power Ranger, he says.
El Rangero Power.
Oh, wow.
What?
Oh, man. The Power Ranger. I can't get over that. All right, the next match, you know what I mean, which was a hard-fought match. Roman Reigns defeated King Corbin in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Yeah, this was a good match. I've been sick of this feud. Hopefully, the match that we got on SmackDown was the end of this feud. But Jesus Christ, like, I'm done saying that we're.
Didn't you say that at Royal Rumble though?
I said yeah. Because why wouldn't the blow-off match be at a pay-per-view where blow-off matches tend to happen? Like, the whole point of building TV Weekly is to build to a blow-off match. And the fact that they just never have a blow-off match makes this feud tired and annoying. And, like, so yeah, I'm done guessing that we're done. I'm just hoping it. I never need to see Baron Corbin and the Usos and Roman with anybody else ever even involved in the ring again. And just stop. Just stop. I'm sick of it. I love the Usos. I'm not, like, a Roman hater overall, but Jesus fucking Christ, I can't stand him and Baron together anymore.
It's starting to get a little drab.
It's been drab for a minute, and I turn it off now when I'm watching. I'm not watching it anymore. I literally just fast forward through those parts.
Okay.
I can't do it. I cannot do it at all.
You say you're not feeling it.
I'm done with it. I'm done with those fucking matches.
Well, then I guess we'll move on to Charlotte Flair, who won the 30-woman Royal Rumble match.
Yeah, she did. The Women's Royal Rumble was very good. There was a couple nice little surprises, like
Mighty Molly.
Mighty Molly came out looking great. Kelly came out looking great. I can't remember who else. I mean, there was no Lita, no Trish, no Tori, no Stacy Keibler, none of the ones that I grew up with came back except for Mighty Molly.
Yeah.
But it was a great Rumble. Like, they had good NXT girls coming in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It was fun.
I thought Shayna had it for sure.
Well, so apparently Shayna was the original choice to win, and Shayna is who is going to be facing Becky at WrestleMania.
Oh.
That's the rumor right now.
Oh.
Yeah. The day after the Rumble came out, they were saying like the plan is for that, and originally they were going to win their Rumble, but they've switched their plans a little bit. But that she is still the pick for Becky, which would be dope if that's why Becky's getting so cocky right now with the goat jacket and all that.
My
And being
gosh,
like,
that is a tough jacket,
I've
though.
done this. It's a great jacket, but I think she's getting cocky because then she's gonna get blindsided by Shayna Baszler, and Shayna's gonna take that strap off of her.
And then they're gonna go get married, and then they're gonna celebrate. I don't think it's gonna happen until WrestleMania, though.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's gonna happen until WrestleMania either. Like Shayna, I think her versus Shayna is co-main event of WrestleMania, depending on the Brock Lesnar and. Well, I guess no, Brock Lesnar's Drew McIntyre. Yeah, so yeah, Brock Lesnar's gonna be the main event with Drew McIntyre, and co-main will be Becky and Shayna, I think, and then Bayley versus Charlotte, probably.
Speaking of Bayley, SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley defeats Lacey Evans.
Yeah, she did. It was good. Good match. Bayley is killing it in her heel role still. I think it's the best thing that they could have done for her. I think she was kind of dying a slow death in that good guy Bayley character, the huggable Bayley character. And now she is, the claiming to be a role model all the time. She's getting over the top with it, and now she is really leaning into, like, she looks giddy to be a shithead on the mic now.
Her entrance is so, like, I don't want to say docile, but she comes out so somber.
Yeah, I would like to see. I'd like to see her kind of. I mean, this sounds stupid, but it's wrestling. You walk out a little more badass.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to see her with a little more of a, like, heel Stone Cold swagger in the walk sort of thing. I was a fan of the music when she first got it. I'm not so much now. I feel like it could be a little bit better. I think I was more just a fan of the fact that they did do something different. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where this goes. I think she's still getting the hang of it, but it is still, the best thing for her character.
Okay. Well, speaking of characters, like my transitions, ladies and gentlemen. The Universal Champion, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, defeated Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, Texas strap match.
Nice.
This is a brutal fucking match. I saw a thing today with. Did you see the video of Daniel Bryan backstage talking about his daughter coming up to him after the match?
No.
So Daniel Bryan was talking to the camera, and he was talking about how,
after every match, Brie brings their daughter in to see him, and to see his boo-boos.
Yeah.
And he went to lift his shirt to show the boo-boos that he got from the match.
Yeah.
And fucking Brie said, "Nope, not this time, little girl. Like these ones are not boo-boos for you to see because like those welts, they're bad welts."
I'm looking at them on the screen right now. His back is red.
Ripped up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was.
this match was fucked up. They went real brutal with it.
The Fiend looked great. Daniel looked great. Everyone went over in this match. But yeah, the Fiend retained, which I'm very happy with. I thought for sure they were gonna, back off of the Fiend hype train, and I'm very glad they've not yet, because I think there is gold in that Fiend character.
Oh yeah, I'm sitting here staring at his mask, just like,
So good.
is he wearing the mask because he has some kind of facial injury? Is that to protect? Or is that just a genuine?
No,
Let's
because
scare the fuck out of whoever
he's
we
wrestled
can.
matches as Bray since then.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
It's just it's a different person, bro. It's two different people.
That's crazy, bro.
It's a fiend.
I don't even know, man. That's just.
It's an entity.
Speaking of entities,
Entity.
the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch defeated Asuka.
Yes. Kicked her in the face and and made her mist herself. Made that green mist go right into Asuka's own face.
This is a really good match.
I loved that it kind of mirrored the first Royal Rumble match they had last year. Because I mean, like I said this during our live stream.
Yeah.
Which if you guys want to check us out, it is Tough Talks on Twitch.
Yep.
Is it
TOUGH?
Oh right, it is Tough
TALKS.
Talks with
All one word.
All one word.
The email is TUF
Yes.
TALKS
Yeah.
at gmail.com. If you have anything you want us to talk about or, go over, by all means, feel free to email TUFTALKS
I have no choice but to see them. It goes to my phone.
at gmail.com.
But yeah, I said on the live stream, I think they should have a trilogy of Royal Rumble matches. Like, I think her versus Asuka at next year's Royal Rumble should be the main event of the Royal Rumble.
What if they both have titles and it's a winner take all?
I'd rather that be at a Survivor Series, but I don't know if Becky will just come back from vacation honeymoon thing and go right into having the title back off of Shayna immediately. I think they're gonna book Shayna.
Who
really
said Becky
strong.
had to take it from?
Why?
Who said Becky had to take it from Shayna?
Because then, how short is Shayna's title reign? Why are you thinking she's gonna have a short title reign from Mania to when? Because Survivor Series would be the only time that they would face off for title versus title.
Okay, they can face off for there, and then, say Becky does lose. I don't know, why isn't it Asuka?
No, but this is what I'm saying is you said title versus title.
Yes.
But not at Royal
Mania.
Rumble. But I'm not talking about Mania at all right now. I'm talking about
trilogy of Royal Rumble match. The headliners is what I said.
No, I heard that.
That's why
that
I said
heard.
next year should be Royal Rumble would be those two versus each other at the Royal Rumble, and then you said it should be title versus title, and I said no because that should only happen at Survivor Series or Mania.
Oh, okay. I see where you see. That's why I shouldn't be sending messages while on the podcast.
God damn it!
I thought I could multitask. Apparently, I'm wrong. All right.
But yeah, it's like I think they should absolutely do that. I think next year they should be the headline. Like they should be the main event of Royal Rumble next year. Should be a good story.
Yeah, man. All right, so the finale, and I mean we gotta put it out there. 13 consecutive eliminations for the
Jesus
Beast Incarnate.
Jesus Christ!
And you know what? They did it perfectly because just when it was starting to get annoying, Brock got eliminated by Drew.
Yeah.
Like exactly when it was getting like we literally maybe 2 times at that point had just been like, oh man, like is he really just gonna go through everyone? Is this what they're doing? And then all of a sudden Drew knocks him out. It's like energy's popped right back up.
He's still the victim. He's still the victim of that idea that I suggested to Paul Heyman, or that I trolled Paul Heyman with so many years ago.
Yeah.
He is. That's how he got. I'm sorry, Brock. Brock. I'm sorry, Brock. Oh man, but yeah.
Like that's gonna be a great match. I'm so excited for Brock versus McIntyre.
And I mean, yeah. So like to go through, there were a couple cool comebacks in there besides Edge. Like there was MVP
Yeah.
came out with like that crazy Punisher gear, which was nuts.
Yeah. Didn't Kane come out?
Demon Kane
Demon
did
Kane
come
come
out.
out, yeah.
Yep. Not Kane Velasquez. Kane Velasquez not there,
Did not.
despite being announced for it.
Yeah.
Um,
That
was strange. I knew once Brock was out, I knew he wasn't coming out because
what's the point?
like that's who you put him in there against right away is Brock
Yeah.
to avenge the squash match. Like that's what you do with Kane. That's the only way you build him back up.
Put them in there, and then they take turns eliminating people.
Yeah, exactly.
And they go back to fighting each other.
Yeah, but once Brock was out, I was like, oh, well, where the fuck? That's weird for Kane to not be there. But then at 21, our boy Edge comes back, shocks the world that all the rumors were true. Their fucking spinal stenosis is, resolved. And he hung around for quite a bit. Injured our boy AJ. AJ is out for a few weeks with a fucked up shoulder. And then in the end, Drew McIntyre came out on top. He is going to WrestleMania, the main event, baby.
How you like him now?
Fuck yeah, 3-man band.
3-man band.
That's how he should beat Brock. He should reunite the 3-man band, serenade him into a slumber, and then just pin him in his sleep. Yeah, that's it. Book it, WWE. 3-man band reunion tour.
I'm just trying to send out
The comeback tour.
I'm just sending out thank yous for people adding me on Facebook because I got a new album out. It's called Cheshire Black. You know what I mean? It is definitely going to be some of the greatest music I've ever made. And check it out on all streaming platforms. Cheshire Black by the Block. I mean, it is what it is. It's a reggae hip hop compilation that you can vibe to. We'll check out. So we got
boy.
We got Raw. We got Raw checkout coming up.
Yes. Yeah, Raw was January the 27th.
Yep. The Viper spoils Edge's return to Raw with the vicious steel chair assault. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, he did. But we will get to that.
Yes, 2020. Serious? He was stuck with the band.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I mean, this is a crazy start for it. There's also weird shake-up within the company, like the vice presidents. I'm trying to keep out of that side of it as much as I can. I don't want to really think about all of this side of WWE right now, but apparently a couple of vice presidents left and stock kind of plummeted for a day or so. So we will see how that goes.
Okay. Just hoping for the better because I eventually want to buy stock in the company.
Yeah.
Wow, watch this. Drew McIntyre challenged WWE champion Brock Lesnar for WrestleMania and defeats Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson in a handicap match.
You know what? All in service of building up Drew to be the one to beat the Beast. I'm okay with it. But he didn't have to make it look like it was so easy to beat Gallows and Anderson, the Good Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It was a 2-on-1 handicap match.
That's terrible.
He ran through those boys.
Rough shot. This is a real thing.
You don't gotta make him look that bad.
Rey Mysterio defeats MVP.
Yeah, in what was MVP announced afterwards, and apparently didn't even tell Ray. That is his farewell to the WWE match forever.
Really?
Yeah. He decided that it's the last time he'll do any sort of thing there and come back. So nice that he got a long finale match with Ray for his send off, which is nice. And yeah, it was cool. He wore that same crazy Punisher gear. And those two guys have wrestled several times before, so they know each other very well. And they put on a good match. Like I said, it's like 20-minute match almost. It felt like.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, the next match, Aleister Black defeats Kenneth Johnson.
So, I mean, that says it all.
Like, you could see the muscles in his chest.
Yeah.
From the kick just being stretched beyond where they should go.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing else to say there. He literally, he did. He beat the fuck out of him. Squash. Squash-a-rooney.
Raw Tag Team Champions Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy defeat Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe.
Yeah, Joe got injured in this match, apparently, which is bad news. He just came back from an injury. It seems like he may have got a concussion.
Not sure how long it's going to put him out. Could be a week, could be a month. So, get better quickly to Samoa Joe.
Joe.
But yeah, it's still a good match.
Monday Night Messiah, as much as he's hateable right now, is great. KO is killing it.
Nope.
But yeah, and Buddy Murphy's always good, underrated, and it's nice. That's the big positive I have with this title run, despite me not really understanding why we need it. It is nice to have Buddy Murphy in a title position again.
Yeah. Tag teams back again. Chasing. Oh, sorry. Wrong tag team type. Tandem. Talking. All right. Look at these just brutish looking individuals. Hold on, I'm gonna slide this over here. These brutish looking individuals. They're just
big boys.
Like this big
Large boys.
315 and 305 or something like that.
Yeah, they're rough. They're rough boys.
Jeez.
Can't trust those rough boys.
Akam and Razor.
Yeah.
Humberto Carrillo defeats United States champion Andrade via disqualification.
Garbage.
You're not feeling it.
No, it's just, you know what I mean. I'm sick of him. I don't care for Mr. Umberto. I think he's lame. And they could have put together a match with Umberto and somebody who is deserving of a title run right now, right? Because they knew he was being suspended on the Monday.
Mm-hmm.
They could have put him with anybody in the company, AJ Styles. I mean, not AJ because he's injured, but they could have put him with several people and had them win the United States title so that during a suspension he's not being suspended and then coming back with another fucking getting to hold on to the title while he was suspended. It's a bad look of keeping him in that position of power after suspending for a wellness violation. And to...
What if he gets to keep it and then loses it when he gets back?
But why? Why not do that now so that he can have matches, so that the person who's holding the title can have matches with it over the next 30 days? There can't be any build now. The only build can happen is all one-sided.
I don't...
Because Andrade can't be on TV.
Yeah.
He's suspended for the company for 30 days.
So
it's 30 days of no build.
Well, they could build for the title. They could strip him of the title.
Or they could have just had him have the match he had against somebody they wanted to put the title on. And, whoa.
Don't be no over frightened.
and then the title is in play. You know what I mean? Like it's a very strange move to put him against somebody he's not gonna beat.
Okay, sure.
That he's not gonna beat him, and then and then suspend him with the title for 30 days for a wellness violation.
Stop smoking weed, motherfucker. Yeah. You ain't allowed to.
Right?
You ain't allowed to.
I mean, it's lame, but right?
That's not for you. You know what I mean? You making enough money to get high off of jogging. Go jogging or some shit, my dude.
Get high off of
Get
Charlotte Flair's scent.
You know what I mean? Like her essence.
Like, come on, son. Come on, she's a Flair. Get high off the woo.
Get high off the woo. Stay true to the woo, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of Charlotte Flair,
boom.
She defeated WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Asuka via disqualification.
Yeah, I mean, this was strange. It feels like they feel like Baron Corbin and Roman to me, in that they just, when they don't have something for Charlotte to do, they're just like, here's Asuka.
Yeah.
And then next week, it's gonna happen this week on Raw. There.
Here's Asuka.
Either Asuka or Kairi Sane, and she'll just fight with the Kabuki Warriors, and she'll lose to the Kabuki Warriors. She'll win against the Kabuki Warriors by DQs because she'll get outnumbered, and then she's gonna team up with someone again, and it'll be Becky. She'll team with Becky to fight the Kabuki Warriors for the 156th time. And then, just when everyone's like, oh, it's time for Charlotte to turn on Becky again.
The 18th time.
It'll be Shayna coming out in the middle of a match and attacking them.
Okay, so how do you write the bill for the 8 horsewomen to come together?
I mean, that has to be a Survivor Series match.
I think it's a probability.
I think it should be. I think it's Survivor Series, and you do. So I mean, the problem with it is, or the problem that I have now is that it seems like Vince is bringing up Shayna to Raw, like soon, which takes her off of NXT, which would be the easiest way to have the 8 horsewomen together, because you would just say that one of them is the NXT women's team. But I think you do it one team against another team Survivor Series match. You don't even do a 3-way match, because it's going to be 3 ways again next year. Like it's got to be Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT again.
I think it'll be. I think they will have a special match that is just 4 horsewomen of wrestling versus
4 horsewomen of MMA.
Just wanted to get some insight on that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I think rather they should. I think they should build some sort of long story to it, but I think it'll be more something of like, hey, we're the 4 horsewomen of wrestling. Hey, we're the 4 horsewomen of MMA. Hey, let's fight you. Grr. I think I'm thinking that, but I'm hoping I'm surprised.
I would hope that they have a better build than that.
No, I bet you that's word for word how it goes.
Like that sounds like a build to a porno more than it does a build to a match.
Now I'm hoping it's that then. Bring out Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir.
Oh man.
And Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
And Bailey and Sasha.
Oh man. Oh, you know what? It would be a turn. Like Ronda would have to do a turn. Like come back like she was all raw and everything, and then boom, just turn.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Okay.
From what I hear, she's on Corey Graves' podcast that comes out this week. And
Corey.
And she
hey Corey.
and he was saying she's coming back. Like, she's coming back sooner than later.
Okay.
So, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully she's back, because that'd be awesome. I think she's fucking awesome. Like, I made it no secret last year.
She's the Brock Lesnar.
No, she's not. She's the Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle.
She's the Kurt Angle.
The Kurt Angle?
Yeah, she's a women's Kurt Angle.
She's a women's Kurt Angle.
She's an Olympian.
Okay.
She came in. She caught the business like a fish goes to water. Like, it was natural to her. She just did everything perfectly.
I was just looking at the way she's devastated everyone she's come across.
Yeah, but I think calling her the Brock Lesnar of it diminishes her, because
I was making an MMA comparison. I was just making the MMA comparison
for sure. But I think the Brock Lesnars of this world come in and just squash people once every 5 months and blah 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 blah. Ronda was on Raw every week, having matches with like the whole card.
Right.
Ronda was coming up short in some matches and just winning by disqualification, because like she was beating the fuck out of people, but like it was a hard fought match and then someone got DQ'd. Like Nia Jax took her to the limit in her first pay-per-view match. That wasn't against Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, I don't really know about that one.
Like, so did Sasha. Sasha had a long match with her.
Okay.
Nia took her to her limit, bro. Nia had her up in the air in a power bomb from the triangle position onto a chair.
Yeah.
They had a long match. No one gave Ronda as much trouble in kayfabe in the ring as Nia Jax. Nia Jax fucked with her that whole first match. She was toying with her at times. That didn't happen in any of the other matches.
Well, I mean, Nia's a specimen amongst herself. You know what I mean? It's not.
But that's what I'm saying. She took her to the limit.
I think that was what was intended.
Yeah, and people only get to do that to Brock if they're AJ Styles or
Goldberg
or stuff like that. Like, Ronda came in and was very willing to play it right away. Like, she was killing it. She didn't get like the first title shot. She like came in, fought Stephanie for 2 months, and went after the title afterwards.
Viewpoint being as it is.
Yeah.
The 24/7 champion Mojo Rawley defeated No Way Jose. R-Truth defeated Rawley to win the title, and Rawley defeated Truth to win it back.
Fucking goddamn it.
That was just a nut fuck right there.
I don't like the Mojo Rawley bores the fuck out of me. Interesting, I guess, that he's got this new security guard motherfucker, homeboy.
Some Moss guy. Hold on.
Riddick Moss. Riddick Moss is there as his like backup now. Is the football boys. I don't know. Mojo Rawley should go back to being Zack Ryder's imaginary friend.
Where is Zack Ryder?
Collecting toys. With Kurt Hawkins.
Kurt? Oh, yeah.
They do a toy collecting podcast. I'm sure that's all they're doing. Yeah, because there was a video of them backstage with Big Show talking about Big Show figurines.
No, it wasn't. All right. Well, I think we're just going to have to go on to the next one.
Yeah, their careers are great.
Speaking of great careers, Liv Morgan defeats Lana.
I love Liv Morgan and Lana.
Catwoman and Captain Marvel.
Yeah, they did have a bit of a Catwoman and Captain Marvel thing. I mean, Lana very much had a Captain Marvel emblem right on her chest and whole body.
They can do that though.
Yeah, they team with Marvel all the time.
Yeah,
they can do whatever they want. But yeah, no, it was great. I thought it was a good match. I love Liv Morgan. I think she's underrated in the ring. I think Lana gets a lot of hate. I think her storyline with Lashley and everything has been pretty trash.
Very trash.
But I also am just always down to see her in the ring with and her and Liv jumping all over each other and fucking around and fighting, and yeah, I think they did well. Good stuff.
All right. I gotta get them mushrooms ready.
What?
I'm making some, bring some food when I go out, so I gotta get, like,
Oh, nice.
making some stuff. Well, either I or the missus is gonna make some stuffed mushrooms.
Boom.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah, it's gonna be so,
Stuffed
like,
mushrooms are the shit.
they're just so fire.
I'm just gonna make mad fucking chicken nuggets and poutine tonight when I go
Oh,
home.
did you ever make a chicken nugget poutine?
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, man.
I'm making a big pile of fries with a big pile of chicken nuggets on top of it, with cheese on top of that, and cheese in between, and gravy all over it, all of it.
Yes.
What do I look like? Some kind of pussy to you? I may be fucked up in the stomach from food poisoning still, but I'm still gonna fucking go ham. Hard.
Oh, man.
Real.
This is like, yo, I don't give a fucking food fuck me up. I'm gonna fuck with some fucking food.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with some food. That's my revenge. How could I live with myself if I didn't fuck up some food
You know what I mean? It's like, see what you did to me, food? I'm gonna do it back to you sevenfold.
Should have saw the A&W I fucked up the day after I got food poisoning.
Oh, man. I went to A&W a couple days. You know where I went the other day?
I bought a family meal.
Oh, my God.
For me.
No, that is some...
4 burgers.
That is some... That
Eat
is...
across 1.5 meals.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
I went hard. I had to fuck up that
When
food.
when I cut down the 40 pounds and I'm in the gym for an hour or two, then I can do that. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I do the 1.5 hour walk every day.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like, I'm all
Yeah, you burn that
do
shit
work
off right away.
fast. Gangster.
Yeah. All right.
It's my cheat day.
Yeah.
Family meal. Family meal, and food poisoning. You lose a lot of weight. Getting food poisoning.
Yeah, true.
Everything you eat just gone
Gone by.
immediately.
Right
You're
away.
burning at 100% efficiency.
Scientifically.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Eric Rowan defeats Braden Weiss with a vice grip on his face.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. And then,
And
the shocker of it all, Randy Orton attacked Edge.
Yeah, this was brutal as fuck.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
he really beat the shit out of him. And it shows how great of a performer Randy is. He, I fell asleep during Raw the night of, and then woke up and watched the rest of it in the morning. But I seen spoilers that said what happened. And even knowing Randy was going to attack Edge while I'm watching Randy talk to him about how happy he is to see him back and everything, because he is happy to see him back for real and all this, but the way he portrays it is so real and so genuine and everything that it didn't matter that I knew it was going to happen. I still just bought in and allowed it to happen, and it was awesome. Like, it was so good. He gave him the concerto that Edge and Christian used to give to everybody all the time. He gave him the one-man version of it that Christian gave him when Christian turned on him. At a Raw that I was at in person.
Oh, wow.
It was great. It was a great way to finish the episode. They addressed it to open NXT on Wednesday because Beth Phoenix is on commentary.
Right.
And Beth said that Edge told her to go and to leave because she had to go do her work, and they're warriors, and that's what they do, and blah blah blah. So it's awesome. It's really great storyline stuff. It's a good reason to not have Edge have to be on TV for the next couple weeks. Kind of let him ease back into getting beat up regularly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's great. From what I've heard rumors that there are plans to bring Christian back around Mania, at least for part of the match as part of the angle, but not necessarily coming back. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm stoked. I love Edge. Edge is one of my favorite of all time.
Yes, definitely. Mark out. Right out.
All the way.
No, they didn't.
All the
No,
way
they
out.
did. They did. Give it to him. Give it to him.
no,
They give it to him.
I was like shocked. I was dead. I was dumbfounded. I couldn't believe it.
Mhm.
Amazing.
Yeah, man.
Let's go to NX Teasel.
Oh man, wait, hold on. I gotta make sure. The 27th and then the
29th.
29th. Bianca Belair. First look at a debut Mattel action figure.
Bianca Belair may be coming up to main roster soon too.
Okay, so yeah, the 29th.
Yeah.
So did we miss the week of the 22nd? Or did we announce Keith Lee?
We missed that week.
Okay. It's like...
Yeah. That was the week before.
Alright. Well...
But all you motherfuckers need to know is bask in his glory.
Bask
Wait, no, we did talk about it. Because, I remember I was talking about him ending the prophecy.
Okay.
Like the Undisputed Era prophecy.
Okay. Wow. I gotta keep up with myself.
But still, bask in his glory.
Glory.
Don't you forget about Keith. Shout out to What Culture.
Shout outs. Alright, Finn Balor defeats Trent Seven.
Yeah, my boy Trent went blonde. It was a weird look. I don't like it. Go back to your normal hair color, Trent. Like, he went very blonde.
Yeah, I thought so.
Doesn't look good.
It looked different.
But yeah, I mean, Finn beat the shit out of him. Finn, I didn't notice it before, but Finn's Tron, right?
Yeah.
Like his video package, now says Prince all the time in it.
Oh.
Shouting out like Prince Devitt and shit.
Okay.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of Trent. He targeted his neck the whole time. They said he had a bruised larynx from his attack on him the week before with the car door. Oh, sorry. But it was a good match. Trent is a fucking great competitor, and Finn is obviously elite level.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm just looking at this dropkick through the ropes.
Boom.
But we got Shotzi Blackheart defeats Diona Perazzo.
I love Shotzi Blackheart. What a name too. The name is great, but her I love her style. I love everything about her. I think she's awesome. These two put on a really good match. Her and Diana both put on a really good match. It went for not very long, but it was the match. The last few weeks have very much been Dusty Classic heavy. Like that's where the focus of the episodes has gone, and the finals were on this episode later. But yeah, I mean, Shotzi Blackheart is a rising star. Definitely one to keep an eye on because she is fucking fantastic.
Fantastic. Dominic Dijakovic defeats Damian Priest.
Yeah, he did. It was awesome. They put on a kick-ass match and beat the fuck out of each other. This started with
the little promo Keith Lee cut. It was a good one. While he's cutting that, Damian Priest interrupts him, comes out, starts talking shit, challenging him for the title. Dijakovic comes out after that, calls
Damian Priest a bootleg Marilyn Manson, which popped me. And then they had their match, and yeah, it was a longer match. This was like the main event of. Was this the main event of the whole thing, or was this the main? No, this was the main event of the like kind of first hour ish. And yeah, it was really really good match. Dijakovic versus Keith Lee for the North American title is a feud I want to see go on for a while. I want to see those two beat each other and take it off of each other over and over again. I think those two should always put each other over.
Yeah, that would be serious. All right, NXT champion Adam Cole and Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, sorry. Let's say that again. NXT champion Adam Cole.
Baby.
And Tommaso Ciampa signed contracts to battle at TakeOver.
Yeah, Tommaso Ciampa came out with a table and
orange spray paint or green spray paint, put an X in the middle of it where he was going to put Adam Cole through, and demanded that he come out and sign a contract for the match. Adam Cole came out with the contract, attacked him, but then got powerbombed through that motherfucking table. It was crazy.
Powerbomb. Table.
Real hard
Ciampa.
powerbomb. And at some point during it, Ciampa cut his forehead open. Like Bill Goldberg style. Like up here, though.
Oh.
And while he's like grabbing a pen to sign the contract, the crowd starts chanting, "Use your blood! Use your blood! Use your blood!" And Tommaso looks at the crowd and goes, and throws the pen down and goes, and just wipes big dark red streak of blood down the fucking front of the contract.
Oh,
And
man.
I was like, oh, that's gangster.
That's G'd up for the feet up. Ciampa.
Ooh. That's beat up from the feet up. That is
Beat up.
blooded up all
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
And yeah, he absolutely, like, that was crazy. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. That was awesome. I loved it.
Tegan Knox defeats Dakota Kai.
Yeah, this is a good little feud still, going back and forth. I like
Nice picture.
Tegan being, it's a damn nice picture. Dakota Kai as heel is nice, but I feel like it is better than her face work was. I don't know if I'm sold on Dakota Kai overall, though. She feels a little bit bargain bin Bailey for me.
No, you
A
said
little
bargain
bit.
bin Bailey.
And not like it sounds like I mean that like mean. Weirdly enough, I don't. I just think that they give her. I think that her character, like her overall creative that she does herself, like the ideas she has, are very similar to the ideas that Bailey had initially. And I think that until she learns to completely separate herself from what Bailey does, like, turning heel a week after Bailey did and being a hugger up until then, basically, all that shit is gonna hinder her career overall because she's gonna be seen as the Bailey clone until she separates herself more than she has.
Yeah, but if you do your your research, you'll probably be able to trace some similarities between
100%.
the brands. So
100%. There's always similarities.
yeah.
But it's the same way as Rhea Ripley. How when you think of Rhea Ripley, what do you think of? Leather-clad, badass bitch coming out with the short.
Well, wasn't that Shayna
tattooed
Baszler
up.
before?
No, but not really, not in the same way.
She didn't come
Shayna has long hair. She's got leather on, but I mean, leather's just a fabric that you have. That's not a character trait. Isn't necessarily the only thing. What I'm saying, like when you think of her now, right?
Yeah.
Like, you think of how she is for the last 2 years or 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember what she was before that? When she first came to WWE in the Mae Young Classic, the year before they signed her.
Wasn't she in like bright clothes?
She looked like Charlotte Flair. Identical, almost, to Charlotte Flair.
So they rebranded her, basically.
She rebranded
She
herself.
rebranded herself.
She
Okay.
went on the indies and found a new character that didn't come across the same as the thing that WWE already had. It's not that you can't be. It's not that you can't have characteristics that are similar to another wrestler. There's been thousands and thousands of wrestlers with thousands of gimmicks over the time we've had professional wrestling.
None like the gobbledygooker.
Thank God. There is only one, and he rules us all.
Oh, the electroshocker.
Yeah, exactly. But so there's been thousands of gimmicks that have gone on. There's bound to be similarities. There's only so many heroes' journeys and stories that you can tell, like archetypes rather, that you can have. Because everything, at some point, everything falls under a certain category if you broaden the category enough, right? The point is, if you want to be successful in the WWE, you can't be going to them as something that they already have. Otherwise, what use are you to them?
Go ahead.
What?
Well, no, say what you were saying.
That's what I was saying.
Okay. Can't go to them.
Question. It was like if you're going to them while you have, if you're going to them as something that they already have a version of, potentially a better version of, why do they need you? And every year there's people who get released from the company. If you're seen as something that is a double of something, it's like when we're kids and you collect Pokemon cards. If you get a double of a card, that card's the first one on the chopping block for trades.
It's true. It is definitely true.
So, like, if Dakota Kai is going to be Australian Bailey or Kiwi Bailey, then
wow.
Then she's not going to go far in WWE, and she's going to go to Shimmer and AEW and be very bitter over the time she had.
Duly noted. Boom. There we go.
Yeah.
Trying to work out a few glitches here behind the scenes, but Caden Carter defeated Chelsea Green.
Yeah. And you know what? You know what's fucked up? Actually, sorry. I was thinking of Caden Carter earlier when I was talking about that chick with the crazy name. Shotzi Blackheart, yeah. I love Shotzi too, but Caden is crazy. Those dreads and the weird contacts and shit.
Okay.
The braids. She's great. I love her. She's awesome. Chelsea Green's also really good. I love this weird fucking agent thing that she has going on, or she's got that kind of guy manager for her. Yeah, so this feud's going to go on for a little bit, I think, and this is a feud that I'm excited to see where they go with it, because it's different than anything else that's going on in WWE TV right now.
All right.
Like, he's a legit manager.
Okay. Well, we have the main event.
Yes.
Matt Riddle. Pete Dunne.
The Broserweights, yeah.
Defeated the Grizzled Young Veterans to win the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. So you know they're the next tag team up.
Oh, yeah. It's the Dusty Rhodes Classic, baby. Classic, baby. Nobody goes over, nobody wins, except for in this case where the Bro Stallions win. I loved they did a backstage interview before the match, and they're standing there, and obviously Matt Riddle is very Matt Riddle, and he's doing the bro stuff, and he's talking about how people think that Pete Dunne is, just a stick in the mud and doesn't have any personality or anything. And it's like, man, you don't see this guy afterwards. He is just like, he is the life of the party. And fucking Pete Dunne standing there, miserable face with the fucking mouth guard under his lips.
Yep.
And fucking, he's like, he's gonna show you tonight after we win this. And he's wearing the shirt that says Stallion Battalion on. It's fucking great. And then they went out there and they fucking won, man. I love it. I think them versus the Undisputed Era is going to be awesome at TakeOver Portland this week, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I love it. Very happy. It's a good match. Grizzled Young Veterans are great. They're going to do big things soon, too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
NXT UK, check them out.
Yes.
I guess I should add NXT UK to our descriptions.
Sorry. Neither of us watch it.
Yeah.
There's too much wrestling on TV, man.
There's just way too much.
You can only watch so much of it while still having a, full-time job.
And a life.
Yeah. That part I don't have. I just have the job.
Oh, no.
What? Oh, yeah. I mean, we'll get. I have nothing to say about it. I fast forwarded through the whole thing, found out who lost at the end.
Oh man, Braun Strowman.
Yes, Braun is a killer gorilla.
Gorilla killer.
He's also a gorilla killer. I bet he eats them alive
for breakfast.
Makes them watch
for breakfast.
He's fucked.
Braun's
so big.
He is a lichin.
He is a big country boy.
He's a, like...
You know what I mean? Like, he's just a big country boy.
Like, what, 6'8", 380, 3, something like that?
Nuts. As far as I'm concerned, he's fucking 8'2", 900 pounds. Dude's just fucking stacked.
Oh, man. They had stacks of dog food at the entrance ramp as a humiliating stipulation is added to the main event, pitting the Bloodline against King Corbin and his court. King Corbin and his court? It's a good thing they put a and his in between it, because they would have been King Corbin's court.
Yeah, but Corbin spelled with a C.
So is Clan.
No, it's not.
It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be, but it's KKK.
This would be KCC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kansas City, Kansas.
Kansas City. Speaking of Kansas City, wasn't it them who won the...
KC baby. That's Kansas City, Missouri. Although Trump thought it was Kansas City, Kansas, and sent them out congratulations tweet that said, "Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. You are Kansas City is a fine representative of the state of Kansas."
Wow, buddy. You are so special, so special, so special. That's why you're strapped with the 45 Chupid.
Yeah, the President of the United States of America. But I digress.
The Miz and John Morrison defeat Heavy Machinery, The Revival.
You're the top guys.
And the Lucha House Party to earn a SmackDown Tag Team title match against the New Day at WWE Super Showdown.
Yeah, they're going to win. I don't know if they'll win at Super Showdown, but they're winning those titles soon. They definitely want those titles on Miz and John Morrison for a bit. John Morrison looks great since he's come back. He hasn't missed a step.
Like that dude is athletic as fuck. I wasn't watching when John Morrison's first run happened in WWE.
No, I wasn't either.
And wow. That dude can move like a motherfucker.
I've seen him web through the ropes a couple of times. Yeah,
he does crazy shit.
Watch his rope tactics, bro. They're fucking crazy.
And I listened to the New Day's episode, their pre-Royal Rumble episode.
Okay.
It actually came out the day after the Royal Rumble, but it was recorded the day before the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
And they're talking about how did Kofi come up with his doing the crazy saves and stuff? And he's like, to be honest, because everyone knows John Morrison did it the one year, and the next year he wasn't with the company, so I was like, oh, I'll do it. He's like, that was John Morrison's gimmick, 100%.
Wow.
But yeah, Morrison's crazy. He's a very impressive individual.
Speaking of impressive,
what?
Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defeated Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
Also impressive.
They're all so impressive. That must have been a hell of a match. I don't think I saw this match.
They are also impressive.
I might have been in the studio.
Yeah, it was good. Like, I loved it. Once again, these are all girls who, back in the day, looking at them, back in the day of women's, of 90s, Attitude Era and stuff, they wouldn't be able to wrestle with trash, or they wouldn't be allowed to wrestle with, anything good. Like, it would have all been pretty garbage stuff, and when you look at them, you're like, holy shit. But then they go out there, and they actually kill it, man. Mandy rocks that bicycle knee that she does.
Oh.
She rocks that knee.
The pump,
pump knee.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
She looks like she takes bitches' heads off with that.
Oh my god.
She looks crazy when she does that. And Sonya is a bad bitch.
Yeah.
Like a legitimate bad bitch.
She's like when she drops her combos. She could lean a little bit more into them, but she.
I think
like,
so
they're
too.
quick.
But she's still good. Like she's killing it.
They're quick.
Alexa's great. Nikki's great. Like
Nikki, I'm sorry, but Nikki's probably my favorite out of the group.
Yeah, me too.
Because she's
awesome.
so wild. She's just like, I don't care who you are. I like, you know what I mean? She's just badass.
She's awesome. I love
Runs down to the ring with the
yeah. She goes nuts.
Oh my gosh. Hype on some other tip, yo.
Oh yeah, all day.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this one was definitely. This was the one I was talking about when I sent you that message. I'm not gonna say who, but yeah. No, and new, but I'm not gonna say who. Yeah. Braun Strowman defeats Shinsuke Nakamura to win his first Intercontinental title.
First ever singles title for Braun Strowman. That crowd popped huge.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
It was the right time. I was questioning it because I didn't think Shinsuke had a meaningful enough run. It was long enough, but it wasn't meaningful enough. I don't think
okay.
But then, because it was over 100 days that Shinsuke had it, but it was just I felt like not enough happened in it.
He didn't fight enough people.
But that crowd showed me it was the right time for Braun to get that title because it was the pop you want for that moment. And he killed it. He was very happy. He cut himself open with the title. He had a forehead cut right here.
Oh man.
He definitely cut himself with the belt while he was celebrating too, because it didn't happen. He was not bleeding during the match.
No.
But then after he held the title up in the corner, he was bleeding.
No.
Yeah. So our boy smacked himself a little bit with the corner or something. But great. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for. I love Braun.
Braun is such a beast, bro. He's just a monster.
It seems like he's a big teddy bear in real life. Like it seems like he's a big motherfucker that is just a big sweetheart.
Yeah.
Like when you see him on like Instagram and his Twitter videos and stuff that he is so funny and so goofy, and like the table for three with him and Ember Moon because him Ember Moon and Alexa Bliss. Because he did Team Little Big with both of them after Alexa Bliss got injured. He teamed with Ember Moon.
Yeah.
And, like, he seems like such a sweetheart, but, like, a big weirdo, like a big goofball and everything. Like,
yeah.
I love Braun. I think Braun is, like...
He's top class.
I think he's top class, and I think he's a good guy, and I think he's got a long future with the company. Like I
hope so.
I think Braun is going to be, like, Kane level of, like, there for...
longevity?
Forever, and, like, is a... staple in that company.
Forever.
Okay. Locker room leader, all that stuff.
All right. Again, Sheamus defeats Shorty G.
Smashed him.
This one was
more of a squash match.
Yeah,
it wasn't a squash match because Shorty got some work in, but it was almost a squash match. It was not good.
I was talking about the next match. Once you said what you said, this one I think like actually makes my wife happy. Okay. Naomi made a statement, then took down Bayley.
Yeah, it's great.
This one, cause like we watch it together, and you know what I mean, like, or she watches it and lets me know what's happening. You know what I mean? She's like my oracle of sorts.
Yeah.
So like to have this one come through, and I've always championed for Naomi.
Oh, me
like
too.
the glow belt was one of the sickest belts.
I love that belt. I want it back.
Bro, listen, I made a glow belt before she did, but it's okay. But no, hers was better.
I want that belt. Like that belt.
That belt is so like.
I want. My hope is that she is going to beat Bayley, and it's going to be her versus Charlotte.
Naomi versus Charlotte. Oh my gosh! Because Naomi was supposed to be. If Oksana didn't break Naomi's orbital bone, Naomi would probably we're talking about a completely different WWE. I'll say that right now. We're talking about a completely different WWE Women's Division because Naomi goes on to win the title. You don't have the Sasha. You don't have the Sasha Bayley. You have Naomi Sasha or Naomi Bayley. Right? No, yeah. If we're going based on who they used during those times.
But Oksana and Naomi were on main roster at that time, right?
Bailey wasn't even up there. Neither was Sasha. Never
No,
mind.
that's what I'm saying. They were on NXT.
Yeah.
And they were doing their like critically renowned, fan renowned NXT takeover matches.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they would
okay.
still be. They
So,
would still be doing their
Who's
thing.
up there? Well, okay. Well, who's Naomi fighting?
To be honest, that was like the dark period, like where a lot of women's wrestlers were pretty trash on the roster. I think at that point.
Yeah, a lot of, but not her. So
No, I know.
like I'm trying to
That's
think.
what I'm saying. Like, she's like one of the only ones who was legitimately super skilled at that level.
Yeah, and
so, like,
that's
there
what.
wouldn't be there. I don't know who she would shine with. You know what I mean? Because
Okay, you're looking
for
for
have a dance partner that's also elevating for it to be a massive thing.
Yeah.
I feel like you need two people who everyone goes, holy fuck, they killed it. Like, because it's hard for one person to carry a match to a 5-star thing without being like having what I perceive to be the biases that Dave Meltzer has when he gives like
every Kenny Omega match 5 stars and 6 stars and goes off breaks his own scale and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like to have a legitimate match that everyone is like, holy shit, this is changing women's wrestling and all that. It took stuff like Bayley versus Sasha at TakeOver Brooklyn because it was two super high skilled, crazy elite level.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff like, I mean, there's Paige and AJ Lee were around that time, I guess.
Yeah.
A little after. I mean, Kelly, who was trash.
Damn.
Like, I love Kelly. I love Kelly, but she knows it. She knows it. She's not a good wrestler. That's why she doesn't wrestle anymore. Like, that's why she doesn't wrestle. She doesn't wrestle. When she left WWE, she didn't go to wrestle on the indies or anything. She doesn't love it. It's not her thing. She just has fun being sexy and beep beep beep. Like,
oh my gosh! Wow.
She loves it. She's awesome. I love her.
All right. And
she was not mainlining anything or headlining anything. Mainlining sugar and spice and everything nice.
Oh man. And now the main event of SmackDown this past Friday, Roman Reigns and the Usos, aka the Bloodline, defeated King Corbin and his court of Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, forcing Corbin to eat dog food.
Yeah, this is another person who, I guess we'll say it, Robert Roode also got busted for a wellness violation, got 30 days.
Damn.
And, yeah, I mean, once again, I didn't watch the match. I'll be totally honest. I did not watch this match. I wish I had cable and was watching it on cable so that I could... No, I've seen parts of it. I fast-forwarded
I'm trying to figure out what that has to do with the...
What do you mean?
That picture. What does that have to do with the current story?
Oh,
they botched it.
What the shit? That is weird.
Yeah, that's
that's Braun. I couldn't see because the light was covering Braun.
Oh, my bad.
That's crazy. That's fucked up. Haha, fuck you, WWE.com. You fucked up.
Y'all fucked up, WWE.
But, yeah, I didn't watch the match. I fast-forwarded to the end of it. I wish I had cable and had, like, a Nielsen ratings box or whatever so that I could turn it off so that they would know how, like, without having to listen to the podcast, how much I am not into this, like, how much I don't need these fucking people facing each other anymore. But it is what it is. I will continue not watching these segments until they end. I refuse. I choose life.
Oh, he said he chooses life.
Yeah, I will find a tub and a toaster before I watch those motherfuckers have another match.
Vicious.
Swear to God, I will find a tub and a toaster.
So which brand had the best show for you?
I don't care what brand toaster, as long as it's electric. And
I mean what brand?
NXT. It's the best 2 hours of wrestling every week. NXT, baby. all day.
Brandon Toasty says, whichever one's electric.
As long as it's electric and kills me.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say NXT wins just like they do every week.
Okay.
Bask in his glory all day.
Bask in his glory.
Finn Balor, Prince all day. You know, all of it. I would say that. I would also say Raw was a fucking banger this week, though. Like one of the best episodes of Raw in a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Definitely top 5 of the last 2 years. The Brock and Drew stuff and the Edge and Randy stuff. So yeah, I think NXT, then Raw is a close second, and then SmackDown's main event brings it down to a distant third.
Yeah.
Pulling up the rear, SmackDown.
I'm you know what I mean? I'm satisfied with the fact that the Bloodline... See, every victory for the Bloodline means an increase in the stock of my title. That's the way I see it. When they're not winning, I'm not winning because I can't sell it for as much. I'm not selling it yet, but I'm going to get a value on it.
Yeah,
Get a price on it, you know what I mean? Gonna get signed by WWE superstars. What do you know?
Yeah,
you never know.
Financially, yeah. Creatively, I feel like SmackDown's failing
a little bit. I think it looked like a super SmackDown.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Neither do I. I'm just seeing it on the screen right now. I'm just seeing it on the screen.
Said that on the fucking Titantron the whole fucking night.
Super.
Never fucking explained it. Never did nothing. Just said Super SmackDown on the fucking bullshit screen the whole time. Oh, I don't know. Why'd you even bring that up? I was so mad about that the whole time watching it. I was like, what is this shit? Why is it Super SmackDown?
That's great.
Don't understand. That's trash.
That is great. So, yeah.
Oh, and then, so I guess the final thing is UFC.
Nope.
The only thing, I'm just going to talk about basically the main event. It was a lighter UFC. Curtis Blades versus Junior Dos Santos ended in a second round TKO for Curtis Blades, not for Junior, as most people would think. Curtis Blades usually is more of a wrestler. He kind of ground and pounds people, grabs onto you, takes you down. But when he couldn't take JDS down in the first round, near the end of that first round, he switched over to his striking, started landing a couple good shots, and in that second round, right away, boom, he crunched JDS, got a standing TKO. Like, he was out on his feet. JDS was out on his feet, leaning against the cage. He couldn't respond at all. Couldn't react. So he got standing TKO'd. Great win for Curtis. I think after Stipe fights DC, if Stipe wins, Stipe should fight Curtis. If DC wins, Curtis should fight Stipe anyways, and the winner should still become the champion because DC's going to retire after he fights his next fight, regardless of if he wins that title or not. But that's basically it for UFC. Coming up this weekend is John Jones versus Dominic Reyes, the undefeated young Californian. And also Valentina Shevchenko, the Bullet, versus Caitlin Lamb to a Slaughter Chukagian. That's gonna be a brutal night of fights on Saturday. So everybody check that out for sure. It's a pay-per-view. So the early prelims will be on YouTube. The main Fight Pass. The main prelims will be on Fight Pass only, and then the main card will be on ESPN Plus, or PlayStation Network also sells it. And if you are a PlayStation Plus subscriber, you will save fucking 20% on UFC pay-per-views. So I've started buying my UFC pay-per-views through my PlayStation now.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you get full quality and it's cheaper, so why not?
All right. How much are you looking at for the purchase?
What?
How much are they looking at?
It's $60, and then, like I said, 10% off. So 50 something.
Okay. True.
Excuse me.
Well, that's the wrap up.
That's the signal.
Yeah, that's the cue. Oh man.
Call that an internal cue.
Oh man. So
Making itself external.
Yeah, man. It is what it is. We got this wrap up. We did it in hour and 20 minutes.
Not bad.
No,
especially
not bad
covering all 3 shows and UFC main event and a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Bong.
Boom. All right. Well, it is
fucking professionals.
It is what it is, and it is what it'll be. Tune in to us for the 1, 2, 3.
Ding, ding, ding.